We need to look at Tesla shares. They are getting singed in this final hour of trade. Retail behemoth Walmart smacking Elon Musk's electric empire with a lawsuit over its clean energy division, formerly known as Solar City. Walmart is a customer of Tesla's solar rooftop panels. Walmart says those panels atop 7 of its stores caught fire, causing millions of dollars of, quote, significant damage. This jab to Tesla shares coming as the tech giant looks to reinvigorate its clean tech business, slashing prices just 4 months ago for its panels and just 2 days after announcing a new solar panel rental plan. Tesla stock right now is down 2.5%. It started dropping yesterday after the bell when news of the lawsuit broke. So you see the negativity spilling over and piling up even right now. The stock of Tesla at $220.08. Let's bring in, to find out the effect on both of these companies, tech guru and Wall Street Journal reporter Tim Higgins, along with Tesla analyst and Oppenheimer managing director Colin Rusch. All right, I want to get first to you, Tim. Tesla and Walmart have been partners for years. In fact, hundreds and hundreds, more than, 240 Walmart stores have these solar panels on the roofs for a couple of years now. What do you think is really at work here?
Well, for Tesla, it raises new questions about their ability to execute. And that's been a big concern for the last 2 or 3 years, as Tesla has put all of its attention on bringing out the Model 3, first struggling to bring out this compact car, making it, and then servicing it, delivering it. And now you throw in this solar panel issue, and it just highlights one of the big problems that Elon Musk has, and that's executing. Well,
Colin, let's get to that, because executing the acquisition of Solar City back in 2016, everybody wondered, this is a little bit expensive. I think Tesla bought it for $2.6 billion. And everybody was also questioning, how are they going to absorb this different business? I mean, yes, there are shades of similarities here, but this somewhat different business, which was still in its nascent stages. What's going on? Is it still that controversial?
You know, really, we didn't like the acquisition when it happened, but also they've minimized this business in a dramatic way since they acquired it. And all of these systems were put up between 2010 and 2016. They've been going through it looks like an extensive process of trying to mitigate this. I'm not sure why it's escalated to this level of litigation and they couldn't find a solution. It doesn't seem like these issues are particularly complicated. I'm just not sure why it hasn't escalated up to Tesla. If we look at this all in, we're estimating about 100 megawatts worth of systems that are at risk here. To fully replace all of those would cost about $150 million. So it's not a huge number, we think, that would impact Tesla, but it is a hassle, and it's certainly a headline here that's not nice.
Yeah, it's not really what Tesla needs or any company needs. But Tim, you look at that famed green Solar City, those little trucks that ran around installing solar, and then you see this, and those solar panels on top of the roofs definitely trashed and torched. It just brings to note that California recently became the very first state to officially mandate solar on homes. These are new homes. It'll take effect for those homes built 2020 or later. But Elon Musk recently announced a string of tweets that customers can now rent Tesla's residential solar panels. Are they going to see these pictures of, the aftermath of fires on the roofs of Walmart and think, why would I choose those?
Well, that's the threat and that's the risk here. This might not hit Tesla's pocketbook, but the reputational risk is quite severe, potentially, if customers think that these things are dangerous. And we haven't heard from Tesla yet. They haven't pushed back. But the concern would be that this is another kind of example that raises doubts in the consumer's mind.
Colin, does it annoy you that at the moment we haven't really gotten official comment from Tesla about this lawsuit, which I can hold in my hand right now? It is rather hefty, and a lot of it is redacted. Note that. But I've been looking at some of this, and Walmart's really, really unhappy. They did file this in the state of New York for the commercial division. And Elon, the CEO, is tweeting right now, I believe, about nuking Mars. Do we have that tweet? I'm not kidding. We actually, yeah, nuke Mars. So that was the last he tweeted on the 16th of August. We're waiting for some type of comment. Have you heard anything?
We haven't, and honestly, these sorts of things typically take some time for a company to respond to it.
Sure.
There's obviously a conflict here that's been, they've been trying to negotiate behind the scenes, so I'm not sure all of what's going on here. The one thing that I do want to note is that it's extremely unusual for these sorts of fires to happen, and so there has been some sort of just sloppiness in terms of the installation and the maintenance here, but broadly speaking, the solar industry has been highly safety conscious given its nascent stages, and really at this point has now become the cheapest source of energy on rooftops in a distributed way in about 50% of the country, and so there is going to be significant growth for solar, and it's kind of a shame that Tesla is minimizing this business because it is a real material opportunity for them.
Colin and Tim, thank you. And we just saw the competitors in the solar installation world are moving higher. Maybe they're a beneficiary short term.